what's up guys, it's Sam here. How are you guys doing today? Hope you guys are having a fantastic day today. We're going to be looking at how the 2021 NASCAR Cup Series season would have gone if the season was reversed, meaning that Phoenix is the first race and Daytona is the last race. This also means that the playoffs would be, obviously reversed, so Talladega, race number 10, would be the first race of the playoffs, going all the way back to the finale, which is the season opener, at Daytona. Let's see how this would have gone. Kyle Larson would have made it into the playoffs with his win at the season opener at Phoenix, with wins at Kansas, Texas, and the Charlotte Roval. He also would have gotten in with his wins at Bristol, Watkins Glen, Nashville, Sonoma, and Charlotte would have all locked Kyle Larson into the playoffs. Alex Bowman would have been locked in with his wins at Martinsville, Pocono, and Dover. Bubba Wallace would have gotten locked in with his rain-shortened win at Talladega Superspeedway. Denny Hamlin would have made his trip to the playoff with his wins at Las Vegas and Darlington. Martin Truex Jr. would have gotten in with his wins at Richmond and Darlington. Ryan Blaney would have gotten in with his 2 wins at Daytona and Michigan. Eric Almirola's victory at New Hampshire would have locked him into the playoffs. Kurt Busch's win at Atlanta punched his ticket to the playoffs. Chase Elliott made it in by winning Road America and Circuit of the Americas. And the last driver to be locked in on wins would be Kyle Busch with his wins at Pocono and Kansas. The remaining drivers who would have gotten into the playoffs on points would have been Tyler Reddick, William Byron, Joey Logano, Brad Keselowski, Kevin Harvick, and Austin Dillon. So heading into the first race of the playoffs at Talladega Superspeedway, this is what the playoff bracket would have looked like. So in the first round of the playoffs, the first 3 races, the drivers who would have advanced out of the round of 16 with wins would have been Brad Keselowski with his win at Talladega, Alex Bowman with his win at Richmond, and Martin Truex Jr. with his win at Martinsville. So coming out of the first round of the playoffs and heading into the round of 12, the 4 drivers that have been eliminated would have been Austin Dillon, Eric Almirola, Bubba Wallace, and Kurt Busch. And this is how the playoff bracket would have looked like going in to the round of 12. The drivers who would have clinched their spot into the round of 8 by winning a race in the round of 12 would have been Joey Logano with his win at the Bristol Dirt Track, Ryan Blaney with his win at Atlanta, and Martin Truex Jr. with his win at Phoenix. The drivers who would have been eliminated in the round of 12 and would not go on to the round of 8 is Brad Keselowski, Kevin Harvick, Chase Elliott, and Tyler Reddick. And this is what the playoff bracket would have looked like heading into the round of 8. And now we go to the round of 8, the 3 races that set up the championship 4 to determine the champion. The drivers in the round of 8 who clinched their spot into the round of 4 with a win was Kyle Larson and William Byron. Now, while Christopher Bell did win the Daytona Road Course race, the second race of the year, or the 35th race of the reversed season, he was not in the playoffs, so that does not help him. It does not advance him on to the finale, and Christopher Bell, pretty much an irrelevant win. That being said, though, the final 4 drivers going into Daytona would be Kyle Larson, Martin Truex Jr., Denny Hamlin, and William Byron. So 3 of the 4 drivers would have been the same regardless, except for Chase Elliott is not in the final 4, and William Byron is. Now it's time for the finale where we determine the champion, the Daytona 500, which is also the first race of the real season. On lap 15 of the Daytona 500, 2 of our championship contenders had their days mightily changed when a big, huge crash happened that took out almost 20 cars. Now, while their days were not ended, William Byron and Martin Truex Jr. went several laps down and went on to finish 25th and 26th. After a nearly 6-hour rain delay, we got restarted in the Daytona 500, and the fun was not over for 2 of our championship contenders, as Denny Hamlin and Kyle Larson were still heavily in this championship battle. Denny Hamlin continued to prove his dominance by winning the first stage of the race. Now, stage points are not relevant for the drivers in the final 4, but it's something. And Kyle Larson would also go on to have a pretty decent day as he hung around up front and even led a lap. The Daytona 500 continued to roar on, but as always, we can never determine a winner until the final lap of the race. We also could not determine a champion until the final lap of the race. On the final lap of the race, Brad Keselowski turned his teammate Joey Logano, causing a massive crash. During that crash, Denny Hamlin and Kyle Larson made contact, with Kyle Larson going up into the wall, dropping a few positions from Denny Hamlin. And then a few seconds later, the caution came out, the race was over, and Denny Hamlin was your 2021 NASCAR Reversed Series champion. As a matter of fact, Kyle Larson was actually ahead and was going to win the championship either way. But then Denny Hamlin made contact with him, and this was the pass for the championship, with the caution coming out just a few seconds later. Let me know what you guys think of this idea. If you guys like this idea, if you guys don't like this idea. If you don't like this idea, I don't really give a fuck, because I do like this idea. It's a pretty fun thing to do. Takes a lot of research, though. I'm currently working on doing the 2020 season version of this one. I'm about halfway through, so expect that video at some point if you guys like these videos. So, I want to thank you guys for watching. Peace out.